So, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning,
Yeah,
Mr.
good morning.
First of all, I'd like to extend the warmest gratitude to Mr. Wong.
Yeah, thank you.
You so much for coming, and
You're
thank you
welcome.
so much for your support. I heard from Wilson, you just discharged from hospital.
Yes, yes.
I can imagine you always working tough, working hard, and also you always do your best to the client. So today we can learn about e-invoice by the e-com. But also we have to learn your strong spirit to work to the client. And members, yeah, today is very important, a very valuable opportunity for us to learn about e-com. E-invoice by e-com. So I think you have already prepared your own questions. You prepared a question here. Today, even if you have another or additional question, even small, please don't hesitate to ask me. He will support to you. Okay. I'd like to say thanks again to Mr. Wang.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for here today. I would like to call this training to order. We begin. Let me provide an overview for today's training agenda. Okay, first of all, we can have some brief welcome and introduction to get know each other. Let me be the first to introduce myself. I'm Wong from e.com. As you know, I'm all the way from Penang to here, and today I'm the trainer for the e-invoicing training. Okay, so I will do the best for you guys. Okay, so I hope that today is a good day to me and also to you all as well. All right. Previously, I came here before quite many times. I'm very happy that today I can be here again and to share with you guys about the invoice. All right. Okay. So if you don't mind, can you guys just share with me that who you are and which department, which position that you are holding? At least I can get to know you better. So later you can question, and I know that how to answer you in a proper manner. Okay. So maybe that we can start from here. Never mind, sit down will do.
My name is
Amy.
Yeah,
Credit control exec. Okay. Do you know me?
Yeah,
You heard my name, is it? But you never saw me. Never
yes.
see. Okay. All right. Okay. Credit control Amy. All right. And then these two, I know them quite well. Okay. Yasmin and Mr. Wilson and Chewy also. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay. And then behind the next, Ida. Ah. Ah, okay, okay. CI is for what?
Continuous improvement.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. All right. And then what about this lady? Yeah. AP. Oh, okay, okay. And then the next?
Adila from customer service. My job is to send invoice to customer.
Oh, okay. Send invoice to customer. All right. And then what about next? Yeah. Amira. Okay. Morning. Finance assistant. Okay. So you are handling the money. Huh? Okay. And then the next behind that? Yeah, can. Farah. Okay. Account assistant. Oh, HR assistant. HR. All right. Okay. And then. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Hi, my name is
Aina. Purchasing executive. Okay. This. Shafiq. Purchase assistant. So both of you from purchasing department. Okay, what about?
Hi, I'm Amran from customer service.
Amram. Amaran. Okay. Danger, Amaran. Okay. Okay. So you are from customer service. Just now, which one is from? Oh, you are the customer service. Okay, both of you. Oh, okay. She is your manager. All right. So what about this?
Adam from purchasing.
Adam, purchasing department as well. So now here got 3 purchasing department. All right. And then that one is the finance one. Okay. And this 2 is the HR. And the other one is the HR as well, right?
HR is 1%. Finance.
Oh, you both of you finance. Okay. So you are the CI. Okay. So you are from the credit control. Amy. Okay. So sales one is from which one? Just now mentioned sales to customer service. Okay. Now, before I start the e-invoice, okay, I would like to know something from you guys. Do you have any idea or knowledge about the e-invoice or not before that? Because today I'm not going to talk about the theory. Okay, I will just straightforward go to the impractical. All right, impractical. No more theory. So I hope that you can catch up. You can follow me. All right. If you don't follow, then please ask before I go further. All right. Okay.
Everybody already had exposed the basic e-invoicing system already. There you have already the training at this one.
Should have already, huh? Okay, now this is the topic that we're going to cover today. Okay, our training is comprehensive invoice training in practice. So for the topic 1 that I'm going to cover is the setting and integration of e.com ERP system and my invoice portal. Now this part is the most important part. Okay, without this, sorry, you can't do anything. You cannot process your e-invoice at all. Okay, so this part you must know very well. Okay, but of course this one is for the one-time off only. After you make good setting, good integration, then no issue. Okay, in the future. So let us see. Let us look at our e.com ERP system. Now I will direct open the system for you to see. Okay. Now this is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, in our system, under the company information there, okay, under the e-invoice API tab here. Okay, now this part you have to do a proper integration setting. Okay, so without the proper integration, which means that your system will not able to send your invoice to my invoice portal directly. Okay, so this one is very important. So I don't know that whether, if not mistaken, previously I already set for you, right? For the sandbox one, is it? For the sandbox, huh? So meaning that you can try to use it. Okay, you can trial run. You can send some invoices directly. You can just issue invoice, save. Okay, then you can see that your invoice will direct send to my invoice portal, and you will get the return from them to say that your invoice is validated. Okay, successfully validated. It is a real-time one, in real-time one. Okay, so now later I'm going to show you the transaction. Okay, but now we're talking about this. This is the first part. Okay, now you see here. Let me just recap. Now, here you can see we do have the production and the sandbox. Do you guys know what is the difference between the production and the sandbox? Okay, For the sandbox means that it's for trial run, testing purposes. Okay? And then for production means that it's the real one. It's the real one already. So once you submit to my invoice portal, that one is the real one. Okay? No more joke for this one, the production. So you see from here, let us talk about this sandbox. Under this sandbox, you can see the API URL is this one, report-API. Okay? And then the invoicing portal is this as well. Okay, now when you want to log in, you must log in this. Okay? You don't log in this one. Here got two different URL. See that? Okay, don't wrongly go to here. If you go to here to register, means that you are going to go online, the real one. Okay, this one is for temporary, for trial run. Okay, so now why that you want to access this URL? The reason is because you want to get these three things: the client ID, client secret 1, and client secret 2. You must have these three keywords, then only you can process. Okay, and after the sandbox, if you want to go on real, then you access here, do the same thing, you generate this three key and plug in here. Okay, this is a must. Without this key, then sorry, you cannot integrate, you cannot submit, you cannot do anything. All right, so you may ask that how to get all this. As I told you that we need to access here. Later I will show you. Okay, we can access here, and then how we generate all this. All right, and then you see here, digital certificate and password. See that? Now, why that we need the digital certificate? Because the digital certificate is for the digital signature. This is a compulsory request by the LHDN, the RLB. Okay, so all the invoices that you submit to them must have the digital signature. Excuse me. So how you going to get this one? Later I'll show you. Okay, you can get it from here. Okay, this is my invoice portal production. Okay, how you get these three? Okay, you need the digital certificate. Basically, the digital certificate, we got two types. Okay, one is under version 1.1. Another one is under the version 1.0. Excuse me. 1.0 is for the sandbox. Okay, 1.1 is for the production. Okay, get it? So it means that if you are using the 1.1, means that you must obtain the digital certificate. If you are using the version 1.0 under sandbox, you no need for the this one, no requirement for the digital certificate. Okay. Get it? Okay. Now you see, if let's say you want to get the digital certificate, the digital certificate got two types also. One is the soft certificate, another is roaming certificate. Excuse me. What is the difference between these two? Now you see, for the soft certificate, this one is suitable for any organization. But for the roaming certificate, is suitable for appointed tax agent or intermediary. Meaning that you are not belongs to the tax agent, you are not belongs to the intermediary, so you no need to apply this one. You just need to apply soft certificate. Okay, so for the soft certificate, the price is 1,500 plus 8% SST. Okay, validity, the date is 1 year only. Okay, in other words, to say that you have to renew every year. You have to renew every year. Okay, and then once you apply this one, then the company, the provider, they will send you through email. Okay, so once they send you through email, you get the link, then you will get the password, then we have to plug in here. See that? We need to plug in that side, these two. Okay, now without these two, like now, without this one, which means that you are using the version 1.0. You are under the sandbox without this one. Okay, if you are using the production, you must have this. Understand or not? Okay, this one is very important, the setting. Okay, so
Make a question?
yes.
Shall I read?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the software certification. Is it necessary for each individual or just for the company?
For the company.
For the company.
For the company. So from here, after this one, after you get this one, now the setting from the on top one, you can see this one is the company. Okay, company is from your chart of organization there. You have to link. All right, so you call out your this one, and then here the environment, as I said, that you must select you are under sandbox or you're under production. Okay, so this one you're under sandbox because here you don't have this certificate number. Understand or not? Okay, and you log in as taxpayer system. You are not logged in as an intermediary system. Understand or not? Okay, you are the taxpayer system. So all these things, once we set properly, then everything will be fine. Okay, this is the page, this is the link for you to integrate with my invoice portal. Understand or not? So without this one, without this setting, then sorry, you cannot integrate with the my invoice portal. All right, so now just now we say that you need to get this certificate, right? Okay, you can go to this list. Okay, you can buy from this Post Digital, MSC, Transcade, TM, or this four company. Okay, it's a certified by LHDN. Okay, we can see from here. This is their link. Okay, list of certification authority and recognition. Okay, currently you have 4 company only. These 4 company you can buy from them. Okay, so you need to access their website.
Is there any difference between 4 companies?
Okay, basically this is satisfied by the IRB. Okay, to them, to us, there's no difference. Okay, what we need is the certificate, a digital certificate. And who is the provider? This 4. In fact, down the road got a lot of provider. Okay, online you can search, got a lot, but only this 4 is selected by the LHDN. All right, so the best is we direct deal with them, then we can avoid any interruption in the future. Okay, so how you going to buy? How do you buy from them? You just log in and then they got the page. All right, then you just pay them, will do. What they concern, what they care is what you know. Yes, you are right, it's your money only. As long as you pay them money, then everything will be fine. Okay, then they will send you, but just only valid for 1 year. Every year you have to pay 1,500. Every year renew. Okay. So now you get the point already, huh? Understand? Very clear? Okay, how you get all this thing done. Okay, now now I'm going to show you. Just now we say that we need to, how to say that, log in, correct? Okay, let me show you my tax. if you want to generate your client ID, client secret 1, client secret 2, you have to log into your My Tax here. Okay. Every company are the same. Okay. Now, just now we say that if you log in here, you might make a mistake already. Okay. Never mind. Let me show you. Okay. Okay, after you log in here, you can see this one, My Invoice. See that? Then you log in to My Invoice portal already. This is the My Invoice portal. Okay, and then from here, before that, when the time you log in, they will prompt up the new page for you to register. But for my one, I already registered. Okay, so you can see this is my company. Okay, this is my company. So I switch to my company. So you can see that this is the TIN number. I register the company name. All right, and the other like this SST number. Okay, if you do have, okay, and what else? The email, telephone, okay, digital profile active, all this. Okay. So now you see below here, this is my name. I'm the director, and I register the ELP. The ELP is under e.com. Okay. Now under this side, you can click over here. Okay. You can generate or you can edit your this one. Okay, your name, and or you can generate your this one. Okay, this is we so called the secret number. Okay, the client ID. All are done from here. So now here I cannot do anything. If I regenerate, then everything will gone. My setting will gone. Okay, so I just can show you until this. Okay, you just select. Okay, and then here also same, you just select for 1 year or 2 years. In order to say that your client ID and secret 1 and 2, you have to renew. Understand? For 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years. Now for sandbox one, it's just 3 months only. Now I log in here. This one is not the sandbox. This one is production one. It's the real one. Okay? Get it? So it's for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You can choose. All right. Now, let me show you. Now I log out here. I log out from here. Okay. Then you see, I access through this one. See that? Just now I told you, if I want to do under sandbox, I need to access this one. Okay. I put under here. Right. Why suddenly cannot log in? Yeah, this one baru betul. So which means that we have to log in this one, e-invoicing portal URL, not the API. Okay, now you see from here, same thing, you only got 4 choices, okay? Either your IC, passport, army, or police number. Okay, so normally we will choose our IC number. Okay. Okay, now you can see from here, this is my invoice, right? You see this one, report. Okay, pre-production meaning that report is pre-production. See that? You log in here, and from here you can see that the taxpayer, because this one is under my personal. Okay. I use my personal as an example. Okay, so you can see this is my TIN number, individual profile, this is my name. All right. And then same thing, below here, I'm the person for my own self. Okay, and under this one, I also do the same. Okay, now you can see this one, the client ID, see that? This is my client ID. I already have. So if I I want to regenerate, I can select from here as well. Okay, I can select from here. But here, this is the also one. Okay, they're not going to offer you 1 year. Now it's for 3 months only. Every 3 months, you have to regenerate again. Okay, and then you are going to get a different secret key number and plug in again. This one is for the sandbox. Okay, understand? Any question? Can understand? So may I know who is the person in charge for this? Or you are the person? Okay. So, okay. Now, let us back to here. Just now we say, you can see from our notes here, okay. Okay, this one is just part of it only. You have to set this one properly, but not enough. If only with this one, the invoice API, you are not enough. You have to complete all this. General info, your TIN number, your SST number, your MSIC number, your NOB, okay, all this. So what is this about? It's here, general information. Okay, you need to log in here, the same place lah, under company information, under the general info tab. There. Now from here, remember this one, you must select the business registration number. Don't select other one. Okay, it's BRN. And this one, your company registration name number must be in this format. The new format, 12-digit one. Don't use the old format. If you use the old format, it cannot work. Okay. And your name, the company name, all right, and the address. Now you see the address here, this one for the town is very important. You must have the value here. And for the state, same thing, you must have the value here. And for the country, now these three things, 3 items, town, state, and country must have value. If without value, then sorry, fail again. You cannot submit. Understand? This one is very important. And beside that, contact number as well. You must have the contact number. The contact number field must have value. They don't care what number that you type. Even you type 111111, it's okay. As long as you got value. Okay? You cannot just leave it blank. If you leave it blank, then sorry, cannot. Clear? Now, after all this setting, then you have to come to here, your thing. You must know your thing number, the company tax number. Okay, you have to register here and then make sure that the status is active. Okay, for this one, date from date to, you can ignore it. Ignore the date from date to. Okay, make sure your company select, okay, correctly. Now, before you add item into data grid, you have to do some validation, okay, or verification. From here, you can see your country is Malaysia. Okay, this is your thing number, and this one is BRN. Make sure that this one is under BRN, not IC number, not AMI. It's your BRN, business registration, and this is your business registration. Then please click here, validate. If from up this one, validate success, then okay. If validate fail, then you have to find out why fail. Okay, maybe you haven't registered yet. Just now the my tax, the page that side, you have to access to that side to register properly. Then only you come to here, you validate, then only you will get success. Yes.
For this validation purpose, for this PIN number, if our customer registered as a personal, the PIN number must be personal PIN number, right?
No. This one is under company.
Or if company, then that must be registered under company PIN number.
Yes.
For example, if they register under company, but using the PIN number directly.
Now you see, all the person, if you want to get the client ID, secret 1 and 2, when the time you log in to my tax portal, right? Just now I show you, you have no choice. You have to log in as a personal. Okay? Now, after you log in as a personal, then you have to assign your peranan. Okay, let me show you one more time. Now, when the time you log in, you must log in through personal. Okay? Okay. Just a minute, let me find out. Now you see, this is my personal user profile, right? Individual personal profile. When the time I log in, I'm using my personal one. After I log in, they got another page for you to assign, to register your company, to link your company. But once after you link, then you cannot see anymore. Okay, but you can see here, link tax payable. See that? This is under my company name. I already linked. Okay, so you have to do all this before that, beforehand. You understand now? So you must link all this properly first. After you link all this one, when you come in here, then you cannot do anything already. Okay, all right, you cannot change anything, you see. I just want to show you also cannot already. For the new registration, yes, then you will see. Okay, they got this one, they ask you to link. They ask you to link. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah. In fact, my personal one is different already. Okay. But here, when the time you log in, here, they didn't ask you to provide the TIN number yet. The time you log in as a personal, okay, you are not registered your personal. Now you see, now I log in, this one is not the pre-production one. This one is the real one. Okay, this one is the real one. So that's why you can see that this is under my company. If just now I log in, another one, okay, let me show you. If I log in this one, same thing also, you have to log in as your personal. Okay, I see. Okay. Okay, now you see, I also log in as my personal, correct? Okay, but this one is under pre-production. Okay, so now here, same thing also, I come to here. Okay, you can see from here. Or you can see, wait now, let me see. From here now, you see this one. The role application. Okay, if let's say this one is the new application, then you are the director, company, and then you have to put your company TIN here. See that? Okay, then you assign here. See that? So for the real one, just now I already registered, so I cannot see this one. I can't see this one. Okay. So once you assign all this properly, previously I assigned under my personal one also. Okay, then from here you can see I can switch. Taxpayer is under Wong Lai Sing. Okay, I'm not registered under company. Okay, for this one, so you can see from here. Okay, if you see from here the user profile here below, this one the link taxpayer, you see I link my personal. Okay, I'm not linked to my company. Well, sometimes my personal, I have to issue invoice also. Example. So that's why I need to register under my own personal name. Get it? So this one is you have to assign first. Okay. After you successfully assign, then you come to here. When the time you do this one, the verification, then only you will get the result. Then only you will get the return. This one is the real one, It's from my invoice portal. the return from them. Okay, and this one is not from your own database server. No. This one is not from your own. This one is the real one. If fail, then it's fail. Successful, then it's successful. Because you already integrated. Okay, that's why I said that before this one you must do a proper setting first. Okay, after you set all this, you save, then only we go to here to do all this setting step by step. Understand? Get it? This one to you, Yasmin, is very important, right? What? Nizam. The other one? Oh, okay. I thought it's you. Oh, okay. Nizam. Okay, so now you see, all this one, we understand that without all this setting, you cannot go further. Okay, so now this is your task. You have to complete all this. Now for the SSD, same also. Your company do have the SSD, right? Definitely for the sales tax and even for the service tax as well. Okay, so how you going to set this one, the SSD? Now you no need to set here. Even you set under this page, that's useless. Okay, you have to go to your e-taxation there. You must integrate with the e-taxation. Okay, and then from the e-taxation that side, you have to set your SSD number. Then I think that all this you already done before, but I just review. Okay. Now you see, under this one, the SSD management, under the SSD registration, okay, you can call out, okay, for example, my one is from this one. So this is not the real one. This is just an example only. Okay, so you have to put your SSD number here. Because just now I'm using is the sandbox for trial run under the sandbox. I don't have the digital certificate. Okay, so for the sandbox one, okay, you can put any number as long as you got value will do. But for the production, you have to put the proper one. Understand or not? Here you must put your SSD number and then the type you have to select correctly. Is for sales tax or for service tax. Okay, and the SSD application date, all this one have to fill up. Okay, and the taxable method is under monthly or bi-monthly. Okay, this one is supposed to be bi-monthly lah. Okay, because all this setting is not done by me, it's done by Tony. You know Tony? Okay. Okay, he just simply put only lah. Okay. So you can see here we got sales tax, service tax. All right, so your tax number, your SSD number must create from here. All right, you don't do it under here. This one here you can leave it blank, it's okay. All right. Then the MSIC code. Now MSIC code is very important. All right, you should know your own MSIC code, right? I don't know how many MSIC code do you have. Some company they may have more than one. Okay, whether it's 1, 2, 3, then you have to find out from here. Find out your own self. Okay, here got too many already. Here got 1430. See that? The code. So you have to select properly, correctly, and link to your company. Okay, and the nature of business, same also. Okay, are you under this one? Are you under this one? You have to select correctly. If not, then you select other. Okay, or if not, then you create your own self. You create the new one. How you going to create? You can come to here, under invoice. You can see the nature of business. Here got the nature of business. Here, this one. See that? Then you create the new one. Then come here, you select. Understand or not? Okay. Then this one is not your business. All right, forget it. So now after all this done, then this is the first step that you successfully integrate with the My Invoice portal. Okay? Any question before I go further? See that all this, so many things, right? This is just for the topic 1 only. So now we are not talking about the theory. So all this is the practical one, is the real one. You have to comply all this. Okay? Otherwise, then sorry, you cannot process. No question? Then we go to the next topic. Okay? Seems like quite fast also, one topic. So how many topics do we have today? Basically, it's 4 topics only. Okay? So topic 1 already finished. So we left another 3. So this is the number 2. Okay? And I show you first, before we go. Topic 3 is this one. And topic 4 is what? Q&A. Alright? And the end. Okay. Meaning that topic 4 Q&A is also quite fast, right? Okay. So now we go to the topic 2 first. Okay. But for the topic 3, it may take 1 whole day. Okay. Alright, now, if you got no question, then we go to the topic 2, which is cover the customer, supplier, and shipping recipient requirements. Do you guys know about all this? Who don't know one? Like for example, for the customer, under the company one, now you are a company, right? Now you want to issue sales invoice to your customer. So what info that you need to collect from your customer before you are able to issue the e-invoice? What information that you need to collect from your customer? So this one is very important. Okay. Now the first one, this one is for the local company. Okay, you can see 1 until 6. Okay, we only got 6 items that you need to collect from your customer. The first one is your customer name. Your customer company name. If they are a company, you have to get the company name from them. Okay. Number 2 is their TIN number. Now, they cannot say they don't have the TIN number. They don't want to provide you TIN number. No. This is a must. It is a must. Okay? They must provide you the TIN number. Okay. Then number 3, the BLN. BLN, as I say that you have to follow the new registration number. Cannot use the old one. So if they provide you the old format, sorry, cannot. You have to ask the new format from them. Make sure. Then number 4 is the address. Now for the address, as I mentioned to you earlier, these 3 things is very important. Town, state, and country. Understand? You must have value there. Okay. And then the company contact information. Then the last one is the SST. Now for certain company, I don't know, but for your client, I think most of them, they should have SST, right? But certain company, the small company, they may not have the SSD. Okay, some company even they qualified to register for the SSD, but they ignore, they refuse to register. I got customer, baru saja kenal tax, kenal fine. You guess how much? We go and talk to them. The settlement is 80,000. Okay, without settlement, the cost will cost around more than 500,000. Okay, it's the nasi kandar one. Because the boss, they think they are the boss, they are datuk. Okay, they no need to follow the rules. Okay, so when the rules come to them, then only they realize, oh, this is serious one, no joke. They have to count out money. Okay, so the SSD, all these 6 items, you must collect from your customer. Without this, then you cannot issue successful e-invoice. Any question? Yes?
Okay, got one customer, he said run,
He
pay for the tax. So he don't want to give us the information like the number. He said about 8 to 10 years, he refused, he ran from pay the tax, government. So how?
Okay, I think I need to arrange another specific topic for this question. Another class for this question. In fact, you see, if you, from the point of view, from the this invoice point of view, okay, they don't care. As long as Denka, you make a sales, you need to issue e-invoice. It's quite straightforward, quite simple. Okay, this is a proof of your income. Okay, so it depends on Denka. It's not depends on that person. If you want to make a sales, you have to generate the income. Then you must generate e-invoice for IRB. Unless Denka to be one of the customer. Also want to run the tax. Also refuse to pay the tax. Then you don't need to generate. Okay, but when the time comes, and just like that datuk, you will jump up, okay, from your chair. So it depends on you. If your customer don't want to provide you, then how are you going to solve this? If they are the company some more, you bill to the company and the company ignore, refuse to provide all this information, then you just ask them, how am I going to issue invoice to you? I cannot. Not to say that I don't want to sell you, but I cannot generate invoice. Not to say that the e-invoice, even though the consolidated e-invoice, you also cannot generate. Okay? Especially for your company, you are not qualified for consolidated e-invoice some more. Every single transaction, you have to generate e-invoice directly. You got no way to run. So you just ask your customer. So you just ask yourself, you want this customer or not? You want the sales or not? If they can't provide, then how? I also don't know how. We have to, nobody is allowed not to comply, right? The rules. So this is, we know already the answer. What? Even you go and ask the IRB also same, right? What's so special you are? Right? What's so special you are that you no need to comply, you no need to provide this one? Right? Cannot. You see, even The next year, the batch that follow you guys one got hawker, you know. Even the hawker, they also need to submit e-invoice, but they can do consolidated. You see, hawker, jual goreng pisang, have to submit also, you know. No joke, it's serious. If their annual return is more than 150,000, for sure, they more than that already. Goreng pisang. Okay, you know the char kway teow, chow mein hoon, all more than 150,000. You just imagine one day, your revenue 500 ringgit. If you multiply 300 days only, 1 year got 365 days, right? We minus 65, we just 300. 300 multiply 500 is 150,000 already. You already achieved that level. So all the hawkers, they have to submit also, you know. No joke, you know. You don't think that only Denka or a big company? No. The roadside one, the hawker, they have to submit also. Very funny, right? So now, that's why now they fight for this. They say that 150,000 is too low already. They want to set a bit higher, 500,000. If 500,000, then okay, it'll be fine. Okay, the roadside hawker, all they can, you know, they can save exam, they can skip. Otherwise, they all kena. So okay, now you see, for your case, most of your customer is the foreign customer, right? It's your internal company, right? The Singapore, I can see, Japan, Jakarta, Indonesia one. Most of them is your own company, right? So, but here we treat it as foreign company. So for all this, the information, you must get it. Okay? Now this one is a big difference for the TIN number. For sure, they don't have the TIN number. So you have to put this one, the public TIN number. It's 20, not 10, not 30, not 40. It's 20. This one is for the customer. Okay? And the business registration, for sure they do have also. Even the foreign company, they do have. But if they can't provide, then you just input NA, not applicable. Understand? All right. And company address information and the SST also same. They don't have, right? For sure they don't have. You just put NA will do. So this one is for the foreign company. Understand? Any question? No question. This one is for the customer, company. Do you have any individual client? Yes. Oh. Okay. So now you see, this one is for the individual one. Okay. This one for the local one. Okay. It's different. You see. Their name, they must follow IC. Okay. Make sure that their name is IC. And then the TIN number. Some individual, they don't provide you the TIN number, right? It's okay. If they just provide you IC, then will be fine. Then the TIN number, you just put this one, 10, EI10. EI10. This one is for local one, for local, for Malaysian, I mean, for Malaysian, individual one. Okay? And then the registration number is follow their IC number. Okay? Either they provide you IC, then you put the TIN like that. Or they offer you the TIN, then the IC, they don't provide you, you can put this figure. Understand? The 12 digit, 12, yeah, 12 digit of 0. If they didn't provide you the IC number, they just provide you TIN number, no issue also. You can put their IC number as 120. This is a must. Okay? Must do correctly. If you insert wrongly, then you cannot submit also. Okay? Address. Now, address must follow their residential address, not their working address. It's their house address. Follow their IC, contact number, and the SST for individual. If they don't have the SST, then you just put NA. Okay, this one very important for individual one, for the local Malaysian one. Yes.
Residential address, same as in the IC.
Yes.
Or, for example, like maybe
Oh,
rent to
yeah.
address.
In fact, we have to follow the current, the up-to-date address, the current address they are staying on. They are staying on. Okay.
You need to follow with the IC.
Sometimes they didn't update their IC, right? And then if non-Malaysian, individual, non-Malaysian, then the TIN number is 20, not 10, it's 20 already. Okay, and similar to this one, their registration number, you have to follow their MyCAS or MyPR or passport number. They don't have MyCard, the IC number or tentera number. For sure, you have to follow this. Okay, if they didn't provide you this, then you have to put 12-digit 0. Okay. Now, why you didn't ask me if both they also didn't provide? They don't want to provide you their TIN number. They don't want to provide you their IC number, registration number. Then how? Can it be done or not? For the local and foreign individual. Some customer is like what you say, right? They are very troublesome one. I buy things from you, why should I provide you this, provide that, right? Now you want to do sales, you just do. Don't want, ignore it, I go, right? Some people like that. Now for this case, if they cannot provide you, then you put this one 20 and 12-0. All right? Understand or not? Do you know why? Because they didn't verify this one, validate this one. The My Invoice portal, they never validate the IC number or the registration number with your TIN number. Especially when the TIN number become EI, they are not able to verify. Because the EI means is for the public use. It's not for that particular person. So how are they going to verify? Validate. You get my point or not? So once your TIN number, you put EI, then the My Invoice portal, they cannot validate already. So the registration number, you simply put, even you put just 10, you'll be fine also. It can be true. No issue. Okay? But of course, you can't. Because our system already detect you must insert 12 digit. We not allow you just to put 1 digit 0. Before that, we didn't do the checking. We open. So you can just put 1, 0. You can send it also, as long as you got value. But if, let's say, the TIN number they provide you, then This one, they don't want to provide you, you can put this 0. Okay? Because once they provide you the thing number, they can verify already. Right? They can verify already. But for the foreign one, they can't verify lah. But for the local one, they can verify already.
Does that
Yes.
mean that for these two categories, they have to provide us either one?
Either one. Either one.
If they don't provide both, so meaning that we cannot do it.
You can do it also, but you have to make sure the thing number is EI lah.
And if we put
Definitely, you have to put EI already.
EI, and also at the registration number also,
Can?
we can get the penalty or not?
No. You won't get a penalty. As long as you can get through, you can get successful submit, then you will have no issue already. Okay? That means they already accepted your submission. Understand? Get it, Yeah. For sure got loopholes one. They can do like this. I can say that is already considered very good already. Okay. Now you see all this, most of people, they don't know. When they read from here, okay, you won't get also. You won't get the exact like this. Okay, this one I have to read from a lot of places. Like for example, one of it is from the XML, the coding that side. Okay, we have to understand from that side, and also we have to understand it from here also. From here, see all this. Do you know what is this about? Invoice 1.1. Okay. Now all this from the data structure. Most of the people, they not come to here. Okay, they just go to the guideline only. So from the guideline, you won't get all this information, the correct information. Okay. From here, you can see, like for example, this one, invoice code. You can see this is mandatory, right? Like for example, just now we mentioned about this buyer. This is your customer. See that? So you can see buyer's name. This is mandatory. Okay. Buyer's thing number, mandatory. Now you see, here only show you this is a company one. The company thing number. Okay. And then here you can see. You must know all this lah. Business registration. Now you see, this one for business registration number is a must. Correct? For Malaysian individual, you can follow my card, my tentera. For the non-Malaysian, you have to follow all this. Okay? And somehow all this is mandatory. Means compulsory. Okay? Like SST. This one also is mandatory, provided that they are resident. Okay? They register already. If they don't have, then no need. If they register, they must provide you also the SST number. It is a must, compulsory. Okay? But you can see from here, even though they say mandatory, right? Under the SST number, that side, as I say that you just simply put 1, can or not? Can also. As long as you got value, they are unable to, how to say that, to verify whether your number is correct or not. Okay? But the field must have value. Your field must have value. Okay? So this is also one of the loopholes also lah. For what? Right? You say mandatory? Yes, mandatory. So I just simply put 1. I just put 0, 1 digit some more. Just 1 digit only. Can or not? Can. You let people pass. Then this one seems like useless already, right? I also don't know. Now you see the email is optional. Now buyer address is mandatory. Okay. Now you see an address as a business or residential. Okay. And then the buyer's contact number. The buyer's contact number is mandatory also. So the contact number is compulsory. But as I say that you can just put 1 digit, 1 or 0. So I also don't know why. Huh? Yes, they show you like this. You must follow it like this. This is the format. They give you an example already. You see? But sometimes from here, as I say that, here they say it's mandatory. But in the XML coding there, it's not mandatory. It's open. Without value, you also can pass. So sometimes, very confusing one, you know. Their guidelines say compulsory, but the coding is not compulsory. Very funny one. Very funny one. Let me show you one example. One example. Now you see from here, this one, the custom form 1 and 9, mandatory where applicable, right? Mandatory. But the coding is not mandatory. The coding is open, which means that you no need to have any value. Okay, that field, you just leave it blank. It also can pass. You also can allow to submit. But previously, they are not allowed. You must have the value. So they didn't update their guideline as well. They didn't update their guideline as well. So if you go and see their guideline, if you follow their guideline, you are crazy. Okay. So a lot of things, all right, we have to know. You cannot just to say that, oh, I follow the guideline. Like for example, I follow this one. Okay. Already good enough. No. This one is e-invoice specific guideline. If you follow this one, cannot. Okay. The guideline is not 100% true and not 100% correct. Okay. You must be smart to know. All right. Very funny sometimes. So if you follow this one also the same, the e-invoice guideline. Just now is specific guideline. This one is invoice guideline. Basically, it's 2 types of guideline. Okay. So all this is they tell you this is the latest one. Now, all these you must know also. Okay. But it's too many things already. That's why all these are I already summarize out, and make it simple, short and sharp for you guys. Okay, if I ask you to go and study all this, you will blur, you will hate it. Okay, so better we don't see all this now. We're back to here. Okay, so just now we're talking about the, can see that? And okay, now we're talking about the consolidated. Okay, now we look at the consolidated invoice. But for your company, sorry, you are not allowed to do consolidated. Yes. Okay, because your industry is under construction industry. Okay, you are selling the construction material. You are producing and sell. Okay, so you cannot do consolidated. In other words, to say that every single transaction, you have to direct generate the e-invoice. You cannot do the consolidated. Consolidated means is you can accumulate one whole month invoices, then submit on the following month, before 7 or on the 7th. But sorry for your case, you are not allowed to do that. Okay?
How about normal chemical manufacturing company or automotive parts manufacturer?
Yes, yes. They cannot.
They cannot.
They cannot. Got seven industry. Let me show you what industry that you cannot do that. Okay. Now you see consolidate of e-invoice is not allowed for certain activity and transaction. Automotive. Okay, you sales of any motor vehicle cannot. Aviation, sales of flight ticket, private charter cannot. Luxury goods, jewelry cannot. Construction, you see. Construction contractor. Okay, undertaking construction contract. For the construction contractor cannot. But your case is what? Your case is this one. Wholesaler and retailer of construction material. Okay, so sales of construction material regardless of volume sale. So you are under this, correct? You are under this. So meaning that you cannot, sorry. You are not allowed to do consolidated, okay? Okay, later we will come back to here. So, okay. Now, but just for your knowledge lah, even though you no need to do this, okay? But you still got chance to do consolidated because the government got 6-month grace period for you. Okay? Start from the 1st July next year until July, August, September, October, November, December. 6 months, you are allowed to do consolidated. But after 6 months, 2026, 1st of January, you have to back to the rules. You have to generate invoice. So for me, my suggestion is, even though you got 6-month grace period, I suggest you not to do consolidated. You have to take this opportunity to let yourself used to it, to familiar with the environment of generating e-invoice. Better that than you go do partially consolidated, everybody already familiar with the consolidated. 6 months later, cannot already. Then you have to change again. You have to start all over again. Then you got problem. Understand? So the best is forget about consolidated. This is not your rice. Okay. Okay. So since like that, we can skip this part. Okay. Now we go to the shipping recipient. Now previously, if you according to just now I show you the guideline, okay, the mandatory one, this shipping recipient is mandatory, feels compulsory. But now today they change again, not compulsory. Okay, but they didn't update, they didn't update their guideline. So from guideline there, you still can see it's compulsory mandatory. But in our system, the coding, the programming side, the XML format is not compulsory anymore. So that one, nobody will going to read that, right? It's only the programmer will go to see the coding. So sometimes very confusing. Okay, but at least we have to know also from here. Okay, so for the recipient one, you need to provide name, address, thing, and the registration number. Okay, now you see from here, before that compulsory is very important. Even though now they already open, free, not compulsory, but this one also very, very super important. Now, when the time you see the person who received the goods from you, you have to know that whether that recipient is a person, individual, or a company. You cannot just simply put, if the company you put individual, or individual you put the company. Okay, now they don't care. Like for example, let me quote you an example. Now Denka, from your factory here, you send out your goods to Penang, to e.com. Okay, you sales to e.com. So company e.com is in Penang, right? Your invoice is billed to e.com. But now e.com, Mr. Wong, asks you, Denka, don't send the goods to me. Please send to KL, the person in charge, my warehouse here. Okay, so now the person in charge, the warehouse is also belongs to e.com, but the recipient is individual. Let's say it's Wilson. Wilson will in charge here. Okay, will in charge to receive the goods on behalf of e.com. So now Denka have to put the recipient name is Wilson. Wilson. Okay, he cannot put the recipient name under e.com. Cannot. Cannot. Don't simply put this one. Why? Very important, because the IRB, the LHDN, they were going to trace whether this transaction is real or not. And then who is the person received the goods? Is the company or the person? They will go to that particular recipient. They will ask whether you received this good or not. You understand what I mean? Because got a lot of hanky-panky things will happen. Like for example, I want to increase my purchase. Right? I increase the purchase invoice. And then that company simply issue invoice to me. I want to reduce my, my cost, my profit. Right? So I increase my purchase, whatever. But the thing is, that transaction is a false transaction. It's not the true transaction. So that's why they want to know that the real person received the goods. They will come to that person or that company. So this one, no jokes. If they come, they check. Hey, no such thing. No. You are not the person receiver. It's another one. If different, anything happen, then you will get fined. Now the fine is what? The fine is based on transaction. Per transaction, minimum 200, maximum 2,000.
Just fine to the supplier.
The person who issued the invoice. Okay, but the recipient I don't know lah. Okay, I know it's the person who issued the invoice. Now per invoice, per transaction, minimum 200, maximum is 2,000. Not per case. Per case is your company may have 100 transaction like this. Okay, okay, I find out this time. I come, I find out. Okay, one time fine you 500, 2,000. No, it's based on the transaction. If you got 100 transaction, 100 times 200. Or 100 times 2,000. This is the law. This is the fine, the penalty. So it's very serious. Okay. Now, when you learn from other trainer, outside one, they never mention about this. They not focus on this part. This one is very important. This is what we know.
Even though you say that it is not compulsory,
Actually,
it is compulsory.
Yeah, for the tax purposes. For the e-invoice, it's not compulsory. But now I'm talking about is the tax issue. Okay. Now you see this one is different topic already. For the e-invoice, it's not compulsory, right? Okay. But in terms of tax, the income tax, this one is very important. Not to say that compulsory, but it's important. Because the tax department, they come to you, they want to trace. They want to know whether all this transaction is the true or false one. Understand or not? So this is two different topics. I just cover for you. Okay, because as I said, that why other trainer they didn't highlight this one? Because they just concerned about the e-invoice. They never concerned about the tax. So they're not going to bring up the tax issue for you. Understand? And because we are the tax also, as you know, right? We are the tax agent. So we know we have this knowledge. So I just bring up, once we come across, then I just bring up for your knowledge lah. Okay? So don't think that this one is not compulsory, so I just simply like that. Okay? Or I just manipulate, you know. Because sometimes you know, you want to ask your customer to get the correct info, it's also very difficult. Right? They are not able to provide you the right one. They just simply say that, you simply put never mind, you put my company name will do lah. But actually you send to the third party, you know. For the e-invoice, no issue. But for your tax, later you will come down. So it depends on you lah. You just try your best lah. And then, I don't know, maybe you can come out some letter format or whatever. Just let your customer to sign that you ask me to send to this attachment.
Customer service is okay? Because sometimes we deliver the material to the construction site, not to the plant or customer office.
Yes, you are right. This one very important. When you send to site, construction site, and then the person in charge receive. So that person is the recipient. Okay, he is the person who need to sign. His name, his address, his TIN number, his IC number. Everything is the person, no longer the the company. Okay, it's different things. Recipient and the company is different. Okay, any question? If no, okay. After the customer and recipient, let us look at the supplier. Okay. Now, when we're talking about the supplier, similar things also, you need the information from your supplier in order to complete your purchase invoice transaction. Okay? But first of all, we have to understand one thing. Why you want to collect the information from your supplier? Why? Why? Because you want to generate sell bill e-invoice. Am I right? Do you guys understand about the sell bill invoice or not? No, okay. This is the theory part. I'm not going to go through again. Okay. Now, you want to get the information from your supplier. The reason is because you want to generate sell bill e-invoice. Understand? But another thing is you are not understand one. Maybe not every transaction, not everything you need to generate self-bill e-invoice. Not everything, not every single transaction you have to generate self-bill invoice. So in other words, to say that you are not necessary to collect the information from your supplier. For those transactions that you need to generate self-bill invoice, then only you need to collect. You no need to ask all your supplier to provide. It's just a certain only. Okay, so let us look at this here. Now you see, if let's say assuming that you need to collect the information from them, so this is the information. Okay, for the local supplier, this is the information that you need to collect from them. Okay, company TIN must be provided, registration must, name must, address must, contact must. Now SST, certain company they don't have, then you can put NA, but most of them they do have, then it's a must also. MSIC, normally they even themselves also don't know, right? But in fact they cannot say they don't know already, because e-invoice every company have to know. This is a must, right? So if they don't, they didn't provide, then you put 5 digit of 0. Then the business activity, if you don't want, then you just simply put NA. Now the classification code, this one is different already. The classification code is just these few things only. Okay, do you know what is the classification code? Now you see from here, the classification code. This one. Okay, here got 45. Normally you won't select all this. Okay, what you need to select? Do you see this one, the self-bill? Do you see this one? Okay, so this one is for foreign income, betting and game, importation of goods, importation of services, and others. This one is payment to agent. Okay, this field only. And also another one is this one, self-bill for non-monetary payment to agent. Okay, but this one you are not going to use. Okay, this one maybe, yes. This one maybe. All right, and these two, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 classification code you may use. Okay, just only these 4. Understand? Not all. Yes. Now. Now you see for the hotels one, right? Hostel. Okay. As I told you before, you have to categorize. You have to understand one thing. Not every transaction needs to issue self-bill invoice. And what you ask, that transaction is no need for the self-bill invoice. That's why you no need to bother about this. Now you see, you payment to individual, as I say, that is payment to agent, dealer, and distributor. Then only you need. Okay, but this one is not you make payment to. Yes, you make payment to them, but just for the agents. Okay, so what does that mean? Agents, distributor, and the dealer. I make it simple. These people, they generate income from the sales of your goods. Okay, they generate income or they get the profit from the sales of your goods or your service. then only they will consider as an agent, distributor, or the dealer. Okay? Other than that, no. Like for example, if let's say I and you, e.com and Denka, now you Denka sell to me, and I sell out, also I'm selling your goods to make profit. But this one is a trading, this is a business. I'm not your agent. I'm not your dealer. I'm not your distributor. It's quite similar, but in fact, it is a different. This is a trading. This is a business. Agent is different. Agent, I may not keep stock. You get my point? I just act as an introducer, a middleman, a middle person. I just introduce. Okay? I just get the sales for you. For example, okay, now this company, this construction, they need this waterproofing cement. Okay? Now, Denka, you please provide to them. I'm acting as agent, but I want to get commission from the sales. You direct sales to them. You not go through me. You direct deal with them. Okay? But I generate the income, the commission is from the sales. Okay? So now you pay me commission, right? But I didn't provide you invoice. Then you have to generate the self-bill e-invoice. Get it? But if I'm having a business deal with you, I purchase from you, I pay you for the goods, then only I sell. Whether it is a cash term or credit term, doesn't matter. Okay? What we concern is I have a deal, the real transaction. Okay? The business transaction with you. That one is not classified under this one. Okay? That one is you generate e-invoice to me. See that? You sales to me. I will get the e-invoice from you. You didn't pay me anything. Get the point? Now you pay me commission. You pay me commission. Can you generate e-invoice? Cannot, what? Not make sense, what? Right? Is I have to generate e-invoice for you, then you make payment. Correct? But now I cannot provide you e-invoice. I provide nothing. So you still have to pay me. So you have no choice because you want to keep accounting record, right? Then you have no choice. You have to generate invoice on behalf of me. All right? And that invoice, you treat that invoice as my invoice that I provide to you. Correct? So that invoice, you call it self-bill e-invoice. Understand or not? You create your own self. You're acting on behalf of me because I didn't provide you.
It means sometimes we have to change our current business scheme.
Yes. Get a point? So for this case, when you generate the self-bill, okay, the itemized, for sure that you will put as a commission or whatever, right? So the commission, that side you must put the classification code as this one. Later, I will show you the transaction. Don't worry. Topic 3. Just now I say, okay, that one, the topic 3 is very long. Okay, so now this one we just overview only. Okay, understand or not? Provided that you need to collect information from your supplier, then you need to request all this. Otherwise, forget it. Mostly, you are seldom to need collect the information. Okay, later I'll show you. Okay, in what scenario, then only you need to collect. You need to issue self-bill. Not everything you are able to issue self-bill. Okay. So now you see, this one is for the foreign supplier. Foreign supplier. Okay, from overseas. Then you need to collect all this. You must have all this. Understand? I can see many stars here already. On top of your head, I can see many stars already. Cannot digest, right? If you cannot digest, I would say that you are normal. Okay, because even I myself also cannot digest sometimes. All right. It's not easy to memorize all this. Okay, if you can memorize all this, I will say that you are Superman already or Superwoman already. Okay. But of course, all this you can keep the notes later. I will send you the notes. Okay, you can keep it. Then in the future you can refer back. If in this scenario, then what you need to do. Okay. Any question? For sure, no question one. Then we see, if your supplier is individual, do you have individual supplier or not? Huh? Yes, sir.
Individual supplier is like,
Individual name, the person,
like
not under company.
we rent the house from the owner. The owner don't have the
Oh.
business entity.
Oh, okay.
It is considered as a
Individual. So they supply to you.
just renting the house for us.
Oh.
But you don't have the identity. You don't conduct identity
Oh.
for the own.
Okay. Okay. That one is another scenario. Okay. That one you need to issue self-bill. For this scenario, for the rental one, for the renting one, okay, if you rent from individual, then you have to issue self-bill to the landlord. To the landlord. If you are the tenant, you have to issue self-bill to the landlord. If the landlord is 2% individual name, you have to separate to 2 invoices, self-bill invoice. If your rental is 2,000 or 3,000 example, then you have to issue 1,500, 1,500 and put different name, different person name. Okay? If the landlord is 3% individual, then this 3,000 you have to separate to 3, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And under 3% name. You cannot.
Example that we pay for let's say the tenancy agreement is 1%, but the S&P is 2%. But we just direct to 1% the S&P. So we normally limit paying to 1%.
You are buying or you are renting? Renting. Okay.
So like this case that you only self-bill to 1%.
No. According to your not according to your tenancy agreement. Okay, not follow whatever agreement, is follow the title, the property title. If the property title is 3%, then you have to issue the 3%. This is the rules. This is the rules. Okay. Yes. Yes. Very good question. Some people they might think that, hey, my tenancy they just put 1% name, right, to represent. That one is to represent, but cannot. You are not following the representative. You are following the title. The title. If the landlord is under company, then easier lah. Just one person you direct deal with. Okay. So now you see, this one, what I mean is for your raw material supplier related to your business one. Do you have any individual or not? If you, huh?
No.
No, huh?
For the raw material.
Okay. Then in that case, you can forget about it. Okay. Very happy, I can see. Oh, okay. No need to worry about this. And then this one is foreign individual. You don't have. Okay. If you do have, then please, you must collect all this information. Okay. Now, this part is very interesting. Consolidated sell bill invoice. Can you do that or not? Consolidated sell bill e-invoice. Now, we heard about the consolidated e-invoice, but do you heard about the consolidated self-bill e-invoice? This is a very special scenario, very special case, right? Okay. Seldom got people heard about it. Because why? Because if you follow the guideline there also will say that. Let me show you directly the guidelines say. Okay. At least you will know. Self-bill. Okay, I think it's from here. Very interesting one. Oh, it's under consolidated. Mistake. Sorry, I can't find it from here. Never mind. I show you directly here. I show you here. Okay, this one is under the sell bill invoice. Okay. Where it go? Okay, this is my notes. Kindly note that consolidation does not apply to sell-bill invoice, except the following sell-bill circumstances. Okay, just three only. A, B, and C only. Let us look at this one. Transaction with individual, not conducting a business one. Okay, the payer, the person or entity making the payment is responsible for issuing a self-bill invoice to the payee. Now, this one is like what you mentioned just now. Okay, if you do have this kind of transaction, then only you are allowed to do consolidated self-bill invoice. Okay, maybe once a month. Okay, so this kind of thing is quite seldom, right? Because some people, they are not deal with the direct individual landlord. They deal with the company, right? It's under company, so they don't have this kind of transaction. Means that you no need, not to say that no need, you are not able to do, because you are not under this category. Understand or not? This one is just for the transaction for individual. So for the second one is the interest payment to the public at large. The person and entity making the interest payment must issue self-bill invoice to the interest receiver. Okay? Do you know how about this? Wait, let me show you. Not mistaken, okay. Yeah. This one is the requirement for a self-bill invoice applied to individual. Okay, same thing also. If you payment to individual, the interest one, then only you need to do that. Otherwise, no need. Okay? And certain specific transaction like interest payment to the public at large, bondholder or individual investor. So normally all this is seldom got people do this thing. Meaning that you no need to do the consolidated. You cannot do consolidated. Okay? For a self-bill. And now you see, some people may ask that the financial institution like bank, they no need to do self-bill. Okay? They will direct issue the invoice. Number C is the insurance claim. Compensation or benefit payment to individual. Okay, this one is provided you are the insurance company. Then you are able to do that. Okay? So since you are not the insurance company, as we know that not everybody is insurance company. So which means that you are